It is 8:17. A Democratic lawmaker has resigned from the House Conduct Committee after being accused of pressuring a colleague to change her vote.
It happened during a public meeting last week over a controversial gun measure. Fox 4's Drew Reeves is in studio to break it down for us. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, an ethics complaint was filed against Representative Jason Kropp from Bend last week, claiming he coerced Representative Thuy Tran into changing her vote on a gun control bill. Here's the moment that led to that complaint.
Clerk, can you call the roll, please?
Representative Anderson.
Aye.
Representative Chaichi.
Aye.
Representative Lewis.
No.
Representative Mannix.
No.
Representative Tran.
No.
Vice Chair Choate.
I'm going to stay on these for a minute. Clerk, I'm going to ask you to recall the roll, please.
Representative Anderson.
Aye.
Representative Chaichi.
Aye.
Representative Lewis.
No.
Representative Mannix.
No.
Representative Tran.
What? Excuse me.
This
what
is
are
the
we-
dash where this is the
Revoting.
vote on the -3 amendment.
Again.
Do you need a minute?
Didn't we just vote on it already?
I asked for a recall of the vote.
Okay. Yes.
So you can see she changes her vote from no to yes. The ethics complaint was filed by a gun rights advocate in Oregon and was dismissed. But yesterday, Republican lawmakers walked out of the House floor claiming that Democrats did not fully investigate the complaint against Kropp. In a statement, House Republican leader Lucetta Elmer said, quote, "The allegation that a lawmaker created a hostile working environment by intimidating another lawmaker into changing their vote is a serious allegation." She went on to call for the Legislative Equity Office to conduct a full investigation into the matter. We did reach out to Tran for comment on the situation, but did not hear back. In a statement yesterday, Representative Kropp did acknowledge that he was stepping down as co-chair of the Joint Committee on Conduct, saying, quote, "While I believe deeply in the purpose and work of the committee, it has become obvious in recent days that my presence on that body was serving as a distraction to the important business of the House of Representatives." He also said he would be willing to cooperate with the Legislative Equity Office if needed. Democrats in the House did not directly address the allegations against Kropp, but did criticize Republicans for walking out on the floor. In a statement, House Speaker Julie Fahey said, quote, "We showed up to vote on these critical bills. I'm disappointed that our Republican colleagues decided to leave the building instead. Because of that, we did not vote on a single bill and have wasted the public's time and money with a chamber sitting idle." Now, the House did accept Kropp's resignation yesterday, and Representative Tana Sanchez was appointed to replace him as co-chair of that committee. Reporting in studio, Drew Reeves. Good day, Oregon.